Hello, hello, good evening, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Today is May 10th, and it was Mother's Day. It is Mother's Day, depending where you live. Uh, I'm just checking that everything is working. All right, let me put the comments on so we can all see them. Anyway, so I hope you have a lovely Mother's Day today, and I'm bringing you today these card ideas to use with the Bloom Boutique suite of products. Mostly we're gonna use the Scallop Blooms bundle and the Blooms Boutique paper. But anyway, so these are two fun folds I came up with, and well, one that that I used. I didn't come up with these ones, but and then two regular cards, all very different styles, more or less, even though it uses the same paper. But anyway, so we'll show you first this flip card, which is a lot of fun. Hi, Deborah. Good evening. I like this. I did this with my team colleagues the other day as a mystery project. So I thought it was fun. And then this one we did as the mystery of my other team project, and this opens like that, and it's a pretty design. And then we have two simple regular card pieces. This one uses the, let me bring it up, the Eyelet Blooms die. So it's all about blooms this today, apparently. I'll share a couple of tricks with this, and just a beautiful paper, and I'm using some gold foil here and here to complement the accent of the paper that has gold foil inlay as well. Very pretty paper. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you like it. And then finally this one. And in this one, I'm using the Lazy Daisy embossing folder. And I will tell you that if you put the, let me see if I can just find, I should show you later when we're doing this card, but if you have these die cut, that's the smaller one. Then the blooms, of course, I didn't show how they look, but I'm sure that you may have seen them. These are it. So this one is a little one that I'm using as a flower. And then you have like this, the scallops is like non-stitch, stitch, non-stitch, stitch, non-stitch, stitch, like so. But if you put this right in the middle of one of the daisies in the daisy Lazy Daisy embossing folder, you come up with something like this. I mean, this one's not perfect. That's why I didn't use it. Let me see if I have one that's a little more adequate. Like this one. And like the ones I used here in this. Okay, so let's get to it, because I feel my phone is a little hot, so I hope doesn't stop working. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to go fast so not to overcharge it. Also because it's not charged to the maximum, so I don't know how much charge I have. But anyway, 80-something% should be okay. But you never know. All right, so we'll start with this one. This one has some tricks because I did, and I thought I had prepared. I had done this to show my team, because you're supposed to do some scoring, just light scoring, just as a guide, but you're not supposed to use it for actually folding there in place. I decided to show my team and just do it with a pencil, but then between the light scoring and the pencil, it's a little visible here, and I don't like it. But anyway, oh, sorry, my card is upside down. So anyway, I use, and then I made a mistake here anyway. But and let's see how I'm gonna show you how it is, and I actually have a template, so you can screenshot it if you want. Let's see which one is the one with the template. This one. So let's start with this. We'll get it out of the way. It's called a flip-flap card. I can't remember the lady that I watched the tutorial from, her name. But anyway, so see, she was recommending scoring this lightly at 1 1/4 all around. And then you score strongly the gold pieces that I put here. And then these you cut. Okay. So I'm going to put it like this. So you can screenshot it if you want. And it's all 1 1/4. 1 1/4 all around, like 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4. And then if you put it like that, you bring it down to 2 3/4. You score on both sides from the light score to the edge. And then you move it down to 4 inches and you do the same. And these are where the card gets folded. So that's it. And then you just cut these bracket shapes, and that's it. So let's try to do it and see if I don't mess up. Because what I'm thinking is, like, the darker the color, the less you're going to see the light scoring. But also the less you're going to see the light scoring to use as a guide. So it's kind of complicated. So you need, the cardstock is 6 3/4 by 5 1/2. 5 1/2 and 6 3/4. And then if you want to decorate it with DSP, then you're going to use a piece that's 1/4 of an inch smaller. So it's 6 1/4, 6 1/2, sorry, by 5 1/4. All right, so let's start with that. And this time I recommend you that you glue the middle part, because you don't want a lot of gap in between this. This was my first card. So you see, I have gap here, and if it moves a little bit, you're going to end up with hairs, because you have to actually cut with your scoring thing, your trimmer, 2 layers, the paper and the cardstock. So you may end up with some hairs if it's not totally glued. So I'm going to go, like, I know it has to go around here more or less. I'm going to put extra glue there. All right. And just a little bit on the middle. I would not normally do that, but yeah. Yeah. Where's my bone folder to distribute the glue? Rather than have this, I'm going to have my cheat sheet here. So we're going to do a 1 1/4 here. That's this line right here. And in theory, you have to lightly score. And I was thinking, if I use the pencil, but I don't want to use, I'm just going to lightly score and hope that I see it and I'll feel it. I think I'm doing 1. This is 1 1/4. There we go. That's very important, because that's just a light score, so I can see without pressing too much. It's barely visible, which is good for the complete card, but it's going to be hard to find the place, but I can feel it. So I'm going to go with the feeling. And then what I'll do is I'm going to go all the way around. And when I find the corners where I have to actually cut, I'm going to put like a little dot there. So lightly score at 1 1/4, all 4 sides. I'm doing it twice, but I'm not barely pressing. See, you cannot really tell, right? It's just like barely visible. The darker the paper, the less you're gonna see it. As I said, it's good and bad at the same time. And I can feel that I think I don't have this one, do I? I don't think so. I don't feel it. Maybe it is. Yeah, it may be. I'm just gonna do it again, just in case. Now we're gonna move it with the 6 3/4 side next to the edge of our trimmer. I'm gonna put it at 2 3/4. I told you by memory, but I want to make sure. And now the 2 3/4 is gonna go to the. I think I'm gonna mark it with a pencil. I think it's gonna go only to the 1 1/4, and I need to move my. So it's right here. I can barely see the line either, so I'm gonna have to wing it. So basically, I'm lifting my scoring blade and I'm putting it at the 1 1/4 mark, and I'm just gonna go strong because that's where you are gonna fold the card. It's farther here. There, strong. Strong. I'm gonna do it several times. All right. And then I'm gonna lift and I'm gonna do the same here. This is 4 1/4, so I go to the 4 3/4. Sorry, 5 1/2. So I'm going to the 4. No, what is it? No, I'm not going so far down. I'm going to the. I'm sorry, but I cannot see the thing. It's like I'm going to the. Can feel the line. But I refuse to use the pencil because it was a pain. I'm going to the 4 1/4 to 5 1/2. That's a 1 1/4, right? Yes. So that's what I'm doing. Strong, and I'm gonna do it several times. And now I'm gonna do the same, moving it down to the 4-inch mark here. Slide it down to the 4, and then I'm gonna find my 4 1/4 mark here, and just gonna do strong. If you can see your score line, that's what the base was, but with the dark paper, it's hard to see. And then we're gonna do the same here from the 1 1/4. Press down strongly and strongly, and once more strongly. All right. So now I'm gonna find where my 1 1/4, 1 1/4 thing is here, and it's right here. I'm gonna put the little pencil mark there, and I'm gonna find it here as well. I have to feel it because where is the one? Here it is. Here it looks like. Yeah. This is 6 3/4, so it's It's a little bit farther here. It's so hard to see. So that's the part that needs to be cut. Maybe I should have done a lighter color so you can all see it. But I can barely feel it. So I'm gonna mark it up a little bit stronger because I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so now it's here and the 1 1/4. Okay, here and here. So yeah, I had it right. Okay, so here, and then we're gonna cut this part until my strong fold here, and then the strong fold here until here. Okay, score, not fold, but anyway. So we leave the blade, we put it at the 1 1/4. I did it a little bit more. Is this the 1 1/4? I can see on the side. Sorry, I need to see it a little bit better. 1 1/4. Okay. I can actually feel the blade here. And I'm gonna go to my strong fold right here. Lift to the second strong score and go here to the other mark that now I cannot see. But I'm gonna feel it with my finger and hope for the best. And I'm gonna do it a little stronger again. I'm gonna go over it because we're doing 2 layers. Oh, I moved it. It's okay, I can put it back in. All right, hopefully it's cut. Hi, Teresa, how are you? Happy Mother's Day. Sorry, I wasn't looking because I'm doing this complicated stuff. It's not complicated, and see, it didn't cut, and now is when we're gonna have like the hairlines, because to get it, it didn't cut all the way. Let me see if I can just make it. I'm gonna find my strong score, and I'm gonna go to my 1 1/4. Could be also that it's fine. If it's a little bit less, it's fine. So I'm gonna do it now the other bottom. Same thing from my stronghold there. I can feel. I can align it with the line, the center of my cutting blade. If you don't move it, it's even better. And we're gonna go to my light score. Yeah, I'm gonna go again. Just to make sure that it goes. I'm gonna lift it. I'm gonna find my second strong score there. And I'm gonna go to the light score here, which is right here for me. All right. So now we have these pieces. Didn't cut all the way through, but I'm gonna force it. These pieces like that. See what I was talking about, the hair, if it's not well adhered, but we can clean that up. And then we have this like that. Okay. So now we have to cut the end of the bracket here. This is easier because then you know where you've cut, and you go from cut to cut, and you can feel it. And if you cannot see it like me, because I have the light right over and it's not the best, you just can feel the score as you see. You do one. All right, and I'll clean that up, no problem. And now we're gonna do the other side. This is the most complicated card that we're gonna do today. And it's not complicated because it's not that complicated. It's just, oh, my device is overheating. I knew it. It felt a little hot. So I'm gonna stop for a second. And I'm gonna put the little ventilator for it, a little fan that I got. Give me a second. I've never done that live, and I'm like, the pity is that I'm gonna have to unplug the light. So hopefully the battery of the light will be enough. It does feel very hot, the phone. But this thing, fan, it will be fast. Hello. I think I'm back. Let's see how this works. I'm gonna put the light back on. Let's see if the light holds on, because now it's unplugged. Because I have the ventilator or the fan for the thing. Anyway, let's try to go fast. I hope you're still with me. Let me know if you are. Yes, yes, thank you. My phone was heating up, so it disconnected when it got to a dangerous temperature. I apologize. Anyway, where were we? I don't know if I even cut this or not. Let's pretend that I didn't. Let's pretend that I did, because it's not cutting anything. It is. All right. So let me quickly move on. I'm gonna clean this up with my scissors. Little hair. Sorry, it took a while because it had to cool down before it could activate again. So, where were we? Okay, sorry. Now you have this, right? So one goes back. There's a little bit of fuzziness here because I didn't cut it exactly to the mark, but anyway, it's good enough. And this goes forward. With this, you have the front of the car, and the mechanism is working now. So now all you need to do is decorate. And for decorating, you need, if you want, you can put just a white piece of paper here. I'm gonna use a little bit of golden glow, and this one is 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. No, 4 by 2 3/4. Okay, let me see. 4 by 2 3/4. Yeah, and the other is 3 3/4 by 1/2, like so. So let's do that. Now I'm suffering. I mean, I have the fan going. Should have done this first, right? Yeah, I think I should have done it the other way. And glue the white and not the first stuff. Anyway. Fast enough. this one, I'm gonna do the same for the back. Yes, I have the other one. Now what can happen is that I use the battery for the light. But anyway, I'll try to go fast. So I'm gonna put one here. That's where my that's not where my sentiment is gonna go. That's the one I'm gonna decorate. So maybe I'll put it, because for the decoration you want to know what gets covered by this part of the flap. We open it and center it, and that's it. And we'll do the same one with this front one, which will be the back one. I'm still humming. Oh, you probably are hearing the humming. Is that very annoying? I cannot hear the humming from the phone. Can you hear it? It's barely noticeable here, but maybe it's very close to the... Let me know if it's too much of a nuisance. All right, so that's the basics of it. And now all we have to do is decorate. I knew what I did. It's like for this part, I didn't use the white part. I had used designer series paper for mine. And I'm gonna do that too, because that's gonna be my my front. So I can put it on top of it. I don't wanna rip it off. And the designer series paper is so pretty. It has to go something that goes with the gold and with the green flowers. So I'm gonna use this golden glow, and I'm just gonna put it on top of that. It's gonna be a lot of cardstock, but I can cut it that way. And we're gonna cut 3 3/4 by 2.5. So 2.5. And 3 3/4. I think one of the problems with the phone, I'm thinking, is that I was charging it and it always warms up when it's charging. And from charging, I went to streaming, and that also hits that up. So it's kind of like a double whammy. So what I have to do is not charge till the very last minute. I charge and let it cool a little bit before I go live, but I didn't have time today. So that's gonna go like this, and it shouldn't have had that other piece of white underneath. Make it too heavy. But anyway, it's fine. I'll leave. Right? All right, so now I'm just gonna decorate it. I'm gonna have this little stitch scallop circle, which I call a bloom. I'm gonna put it right here. And then we're gonna give it a center. That's gonna go in another of the new ink colors, the crisp cantaloupe. There. And I'm gonna put happy birthdays wishes, if I can find my little right card that I had ready and that I cannot find now. Here it is. I'm gonna put it like that. Should have put this flower a little bit up, but I think it's already stuck, so I cannot move it. So we're gonna have to live with it. Living with too many things today. All right. Please Cantaloupe to the rescue here. We're gonna maybe I'll do golden glow. I'll do golden glow. Excuse my arm. And I'm using Happiest Birthday Wishes, which is not part of this suite. It's part of the one phrases and frames. Because the Happy Birthday here is too big for my front card. I could put like a hugs and have a good day. I could put a have a good day if you guys want. Yeah, let's do have a good day. Have a good day. This we keep it all in. So I am humming still. I cannot see up here. I didn't put it back to the screen. So let's see the comments. Yes, we can. Okay. But I'm humming. I'm so sorry about that. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to live with it today. All right. Maybe the have a good day needs a smaller thingy. I don't know. I think I'm gonna use the Happiest Birthday Wishes because this label is too big. It looks lost in the, and I'm gonna put it to the right as much as I can because I don't want it to get cut by this part, right? So and I'm gonna put it no dimensionals in this one because it may interfere with the flap, the flapping action. Like so. I'm gonna close this so it doesn't dry. And it feels much cooler. I don't dare take the fan off, just in case. When I'm closer to the end, I may take the fan off. And we're gonna decorate the back. We're gonna put a little. I love these in color dots. They're so cute. I just rip one out. Okay. Use it. Once it came out. There. And then for the back, we're gonna use another golden glow. I'm gonna use golden glow one. Maybe the big one. Yeah, the big one looks better, right? Than the little one, especially for this big flower. Switcheroo. And then I had also some leaves. These, I love the dies of these because a leaf cuts, a die cuts 6 leaves. So you don't have to do it, but with the flowers, you have to do one by one. Lifting a little bit. Leave there. And I'm gonna put a leaf one here too. I cut extra leaves last night, so I feel very secure and I'm not gonna use them. Need them all, I mean. Then I'll have all the ones that I need, basically. All right. So that's the first card. What do you think? Fun, right? All right. So moving on. If you didn't have time to screenshot my diagram here for the mechanism, here it is again. All right. And moving on. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to go fast because of all the technical issues that I'm dealing with. All right, card number 2. It's gonna be whichever I grab. This one. Okay, this one is the one we did yesterday. My mystery card with my team, and I liked it. I'm gonna do it in Burly Blush. And this is the card I showed you before, but here it is again. One, right? I did it, actually, it's supposed to go like this. I did it the other way because I put this paper upside down. I didn't realize it has an up and a down. So anyway, we'll see how I do this one now. But I'm gonna use another color scheme. And I'm using, this is supposed to be a piece of embossed thing, cardstock, but I used what's it called again? I'm so bad with the name. The Eyelet Blooms die. That was a product of the month. And what I did is that I I lifted up the petals of all the flowers, and it looks pretty cool, I think. All right, so this is very simple. So we're gonna go fast with this one. We need to score a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 7 3/4, and then we score at 2.5 and 6 3/4. So I'm gonna score at 2.5. And opening my arm that you off camera, and then 6 3/4. We're done with the scoring. Fold it up. I'm gonna do how it was meant to be. Hopefully. Meaning my white part is gonna be on the left side, not on the right side. Well, it doesn't really matter. It looks nice anyway. So we have this piece that is 2.25 by 5.25. And we're gonna put it right there. And you have to be careful with this one, how you attach your glue, put your glue. I'm just trying to go around, and I don't put a lot. I put really very little. All the parts that don't have holes, but all of them have holes. If you actually look at it closely, it has lots of holes, like even in the little things here. But anyway, it will work out. This here. And then we have a strip that's 3/4 of an inch by 5.25. I believe 3/4 by 5.25. Yes, good memory, Candy, for once. I'm not looking at the I am looking at the comments now. I wasn't before because I was preoccupied with all the technical issues. All right, so now we have to do the inside. That it's this part. For this part, we need a piece of paper that is 4 by 5 1/4. We're gonna attach it to this part actually. This just doesn't have an up and a down, so I'm not gonna worry. So we're gonna put it like that, and I'm gonna put glue here. Glue here. Oof, that's too much glue. And I'm gonna close. And that's it. And now I have extra glue here because Candy was very generous with her glue. So I'll get my glue eraser in a second when this dries a little bit. Mess up my fingers though. Oh yeah, I have a paper towel. That's what I was looking for. Just to take the extra off. I knew there was too much coming out. All right. So then, when that dries, I'm gonna adhere my inside the note that is 4 by 5 1/4. Thinking that it's that's it. Yes, it just comes in gulps today. I don't know why. Feast of famine. So do you all have a nice Mother's Day? Now that it's a little bit drier, I can use my glue eraser to get the tackiness out of the way there, because it bothers me. So this goes like that. So now we need the centerpiece here, which is gonna be one of the blooms, in my case. And I'm gonna decorate it with this bloom, and then I'm gonna put all the little flowers around, one in each color. Hopefully I'll find them. As I said, I did my duty yesterday preparing. I'm gonna have a good day, but I'm gonna use it in the pink. The pink is very, very light. Maybe I could have used the golden glow that I already had, but anyway. Let me get the Burley blush. You know what? No, I'm gonna do the cantaloupe, Chris cantaloupe, because as you'll see in my other card, which I'm gonna do today in hydrangea hue, the Burley blush is really, really light. Oops, I did it a little lopsided, but that's okay. Still legible. Use it. So this gets adhered in dimensionals here. So we need to know to calculate how we want it. Looks like it broke a little bit. Not a problem. But yeah, but I'm gonna use this end of the dimensional sheet here. And we're gonna put them only on the left side, or whatever you're gonna adhere it. Yesterday I did it in the right side because I did here to the right. So I think that will be okay. Maybe I'll put one more here. Taking the backing, and this one is resisting. Why you're resisting? What? Look, ripped off the whole thing. Okay. And two more. That was so weird. That never happened to me before. All right. I'm gonna put it so. Opening it up, making sure that there's nothing visible, and there's something visible here. So I'm gonna actually move this one a little bit farther in. Come on. That's it. And then I'm gonna put that in more dimensionals, which I have another sheet. Don't you think that this is the end? It's the end for this little thing. But, I have brand new ones here. Just 3 with the little one that I had before. Feel the light is fading. This is cool enough for me to take the fan off, I think. No. Should I risk it? Just to have a stronger light? Can you see well enough for now? All right, so now the flowers. And I'm gonna use 6 flowers, 1 on each color of the ink colors plus white. The white, the hydrangea hue. Actually, the one in color that I'm 5 flowers, not 6. And the one in color that I'm not using is the peaceful pine, because we're gonna use it for the leaves. So I'm gonna put 1 on top. And actually, I'm gonna give them a little bit of a curve just by pressing slightly, and then I'm gonna use, if I can find them, my glue dots. Here they are. I'm gonna have to unplug and put because I feel that light is fading. Risking unplugging. Fun. The worst that can happen is that this overheats again. Yeah, this is the wrong. Right. If I can, okay. 1 second. Changing here. There you go. You could tell, right? Wow. Thank you, Ginger. I'm glad you like it. Nice, Deborah, that you had a good Mother's Day. And now the humming has stopped, right? I hope. I can barely hear it, but of course it's next to the microphone, probably. I'm just checking that the glue dot is not visible through this. So I'm just gonna go quickly like this. This should be farther down, or I'm not gonna have room for my Sorry. I'm not gonna have room for my leaves otherwise. So I should have put it a little bit further down. Like that. Give it a press there. So they lift a little. They're not totally flat. Like that. And this one like that. And probably you could have distributed them a little bit better than I did today. I did a much better job yesterday. But I'm trying to go fast. And fast is the enemy of good. Well, it's fine. Now the leaves. There's a glue dot here left over. This card needs a lot of leaves, so I appreciate that the die was cutting 6 of them at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Ginger. I don't know if you heard, my phone was overheating, so I had to put a fan to it. As I said, the distribution is not perfect, but it's okay. It's a handmade card. It's not going to be perfect. I'm just curling with my fingers the leaves a little bit. Before I glue them down. And I could have used liquid glue, but I think this is faster and cleaner. And 2 more. See, this is, it was farther down. I wouldn't have that much problem with this leaf, but that's okay. Moving on. And of course, we're gonna put the beautiful ink color dots, which are in low inventory. I'm gonna put the big ones for all of them. Each one is in with its color this time. And the one, I mean, I've used contrasting colors before, but this one I want each on their color. And of course we have the white, but for the white, I have here the Pearls of Beauty, which has like a flirty flamingo. Yeah, I don't miss, this got attached before. I don't want to miss. And it has Calypso Coral. This looks like, I don't know, crumb cake, and this looks like white to me. So this is perfect because it's the right size and it has the iridescent sheen as well. So there we go. That's the card. And then you open it like that. Oh, no, that's not the card. We need to put something here. And I think we want one of these. The Burly Blush with a leaf. This time I'm gonna glue that. And I'm gonna put embellishment. Usually I don't put embellishments inside, but for this one, for the flowers, it just finishes it, right? All right, so let me put this away and move on to card number 3. We're making good time because these were the 2 fan folds. The rest of the cards are just regular cards. I haven't used any of the green. Oh my God, I have to. Green is my favorite color, and these are so lovely in green. I put my order when the catalog went live, and I don't remember if I put more of the dots, but I really need them because I'm running out of them. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna put the cards here. The ones that we've made. All right. I don't know what that is. Oh, that was just, yeah, I know what that is. So we're gonna do this one. This is very similar to this. So I'm gonna do this other one. This is very simple. I wanted to try something really simple with this sweet. And it's delicate, simple. I like it. So I hope you do too. I did this in pink, but I'm gonna do it now in blue, in hydrangea blue. So let me grab the materials. And for this you need card base, regular, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Well, actually 8 1/2 by score at 4 1/4. And then I use the Lazy Daisy embossing folder on a already pre die cut scallop bloom. And as I was telling you, if you put this in the right place of the embossing folder, if you cut one of the white ones, or whichever color, because I did it in pink too, look at that. And if you put it right in the middle of where a daisy is, it's not exactly, but it kind of gives the embossed idea of that. So I like how it came out. That this one actually is good. I mean, they're all good, but you know what I mean. Like some are like more exact than others. This one is not. This one is not. I think I only need 3. So anyway, we'll use these 3. I'm seeing if I have more. Like this actually is very good too. All right. Oh, I had more here too. Look at that. I was ready. Yeah, I use my favorites. Yeah, these three will do. All right. And then we need one of these as well. And they all come from the scallop blooms, which I love because they're not going to be only used for this suite. They can be used just with anything. All right. I have my card base of my first layer, sorry, of 4 by 5 1/4. I'm just gonna rub it a little bit with my scissors to distress the edge a little bit. I'm not even opening the scissors. Just want a little bit of grunginess around. All right. All right. Something like that. Give the fussiness away. Now, I need my blending brush, and I'm gonna use a hydrangea hue. Actually, this is the wrong blending brush. For hydrangea hue, I'm gonna use my blues. I thought I had another one, but I guess not. So I'm just gonna go lightly, pick up some color. I just want a little bit of color in the middle. And you're supposed to start from outside in, but I'm not doing the edges, so I don't want to start from outside. I'm just going barely touching my paper and going in circles. And then I'm just gonna go from the center out. I'm just gonna do a little bit more towards the edges. And that's it for these. We are also gonna use let's do the sentiment, and then we'll put it together. The sentiment I'm using from frames and phrases. Again, I'm not gonna use the one from the suite because I like this sentiment of have a fabulous day, because it goes for many occasions, including birthdays. It's a little crooked, but again, handmade card. And then with the sponge dauber, I'm just gonna lightly do the edges, just very little. The first one, it's always a little bit too strong for my taste, but we need it. Then you can just go a little bit inside just to disguise that extra thing. So that's nice enough. I'm gonna leave this because we're gonna use it for, actually, let's do it for my big flowers, like for the flowers. Just a little bit, super lightly. A hint of color, just like that. And the same with my daisies here. A hint of color. Oh, what I was telling you before that I didn't finish telling you is that when you're embossing and die cutting, first die cut, then emboss. Because if you emboss and then die cut, you're going to flatten the embossing by putting it through the machine a second time. Why do I know that? Because it happened to me. This has a little bit too much, I think. Because I wanted just a hint like that. Maybe I'll grab another one. See if I like it better. Just sometimes what's left over on the sponge dauber is good enough. Yeah, I like it better. All right, excuse my fire department, very noisy night. Between, oh no, I needed to do the edges of these as well. Let's see if I have enough with what's on the, no, I need a little bit more. That's it. Just a little bit. This is supposed to be almost an almost white card. All right. And then all we need to do is assemble it. Oh, and we need a little bit of ribbon. I'm using the this one. I always start with the stripe trim, and it's iridescent. But I'm getting a bunch of it, and I'm gonna cut it in half. Because I want it thinner. So I'm using as a guide the center stripe, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but at least it gives me a guide. All right. Now we have all the elements. Now we start. First, we glue our centerpiece. See, now we have a little bit of a blue halo around it. And well, I can use this. And then I'm grabbing some of this. Oh no, how do I do it? No, I didn't do it with this. I did it with tape. Then I'm grabbing my let me put the invisible one away, my ribbons. And I did 2 bows, a double bow with this. I think. Didn't I? I think so. I don't remember. I did it 3 days ago. I don't remember how I did it, but I think it was something like that. And then I don't want it to be irregular because this is not going to be seen. So just put it in like that. Yes, and I attached it. That's how I did it. I attached it with a piece of tear tape. Thank you. And this may be too much tear tape because it may be seen. Like that. I'm not even gonna take that. Well, I could take it off. It always helps, right? Well, not necessarily, but then we're gonna put this here in double dimensionals. I want it a little bit to the side. I don't want it centered. I want it like this. So dimensionals. And because this is kind of thick, I'm gonna put double. So I'm gonna put one on top of the other. I'm gonna actually do two sides. I think that should be good enough. Oh, of course, I should peel it first before I put it down. All right, I think I did something wrong here. All right, yes. Okay, these are coming out. Peel it first, Candy. And that. I'm gonna do the other 2 corners. put it where we want it. But always making sure that we don't see that they're on tape done underneath. Right there. That's where I like it. Maybe I should have attached this before we put the stuff, but it doesn't matter. The order. Like that. And now we're gonna do one of the flowers is gonna be glued here. And then we're gonna put here on the side of the, sorry, I'm gluing outside camera, but gluing has no secret. I'm not doing anything that special. I'm gonna put one. Actually, this one was the one that was on dimensionals here in the very, very corner. Almost falling off the corner. So let me put a dimensional underneath. And it should be double because the other was a double dimensional. So there. And on top of the there. Almost at the edge of the card. And then we have another one here. We can put, like they're almost falling. Well, actually, I said I was going to use that. But you know what? I'll use this one because it has the corner is a little strong of the shading, and this has a little bit more strength on the thing. So it kind of goes. Need the double dimensional, and I only put single, so I need another one. And then we have this one that we're gonna put in another dimensional, regular this time. And I wanted to curl a little bit the petals, just a little bit. And like so. This one is extra. And more of the glue dots that I'm almost done with. Wow. I'm gonna have to put another very soon. And I'm gonna put one in the big one. And then I'm gonna do two small ones because the big ones are almost done, but the small ones I'm not using that much. One there. And one here in the message. All right. So what do you think? That's the card. I didn't put anything inside. I put it, oh, well, the extra daisy that we have in blue. We're going to put it inside. And that's it. What do you think? What do you like? Pink or blue? Okay. Burly blush or hydrangea hue? Let's speak properly. All right, let's go for the last card then. Last card is this one, also very simple. And I already preheat embossed the sentiment, so we can just get going. That's for the inside. I'm going to do it in blue too. Hydrangea blue, hydrangea hue. And we have gold foil paper. But you know how I don't like to waste, so I'm going to take the middle of it for another occasion. So I'm just doing a half an inch, more or less. Putting it a half an inch and doing a half an inch there. I'm putting in a half an inch. I'm doing a 1/2 inch. Oh, that was not a 1/2 inch. That was like, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll use this. I should have used this part. Anyway, I didn't do a 1/2 inch. I did 3/4. And now we're doing a 1/2 inch here. No, am I doing a 1/2 inch? I'm doing 3/4. Here we go. A 1/2 inch. Anyway, this is not gonna be seen. It's just for me to save this piece of. This didn't cut all the way. Where are my scissors? This middle piece of the specialty paper, I don't want to waste it. It's not going to be seen. It's going to take a little bit of the weight of the card, which is also good. Because if only the sides are going to be seen. So let's put it together. Glue. Just gonna go like this. Check. Then we center it as we like it. And what I like about putting the golden thing, it's like this is the one that has, it looks like it has an up and a down, and this is the down kind. What I like about this is that if you see, the paper has some gold thing, so it picks up the gold on the paper. So now we're gonna do, even though I love this background, is one of my favorite and it doesn't have gold, but anyway. All right. All right, so that's our card base. It's just simple. Now to decorate it, I here use the eyelet blooms embossing folder, but when you cut it, then sometimes it just, some of the pieces get cut too because it has so much detail that it's not an embossing folder, it's actually a die. So when you put the blooms embossing folder, you lose some of the pieces. And to avoid this, I use, again, or Lazy Daisy embossing folder. And I have some hydrangea blue flowers here. So we are gonna put this in dimensionals. I already oh, I have to glue it first. I really wanted to do, and I didn't have time, but I mean, like, I don't like to show more than 4 cards because we already spent an hour and a half plus. But you can make like a scalloped shaped card with the biggest die of the scallop blooms. And I really wanted to try that, but I think these 4 cards are already enough to show you for today. So this is gonna go on dimensionals. As I said, I've already hit embossing with the happy birthday that comes in this set. But you can use other happy birthdays, other messages, other sentiments that you want to use, of course. And we're going to put it right here. All right. Then what I don't have, oh, yes, it is. I do. No, I thought I didn't have the gold flower because it's important because it picks up the gold in the paper. So I'm going to put the gold flower here with a dimensional on the side so I can overlay it over here. All right. And then I'm going to put one of these also on a dimensional. And this one I put more over here. But yeah, I guess there goes. Well, and then we have an embossed one for back here. So we have an assortment of like this. There's a hydrangea hue, and then we have a gold, and then we have an embossed one. So there's a little bit of variety on the little, all using the same little scallop circle there. All right. And because this paper has the leaves in green, this paper has the green leaves in blue, but there's a lot of white, and I thought the blue will get lost, so I did the leaves in white. And I'm gonna put one right here. And I'm always, as I said before, coloring them a little bit with my fingers as I put them out. I'm gonna put 2 there. And 1 up there. All right, and now when it comes to decorations, this one had the pink. So in theory, this one will have the blue. And I think the small blue will do. The hydrangea hue. Yes, perfect for this. It's the perfect circle. And then for this gold one, I'm gonna do a white one, actually. A white one. Because I want to use the colors on the paper. I want to make it like the colors out, the flowers mimicking the flowers on the paper. And this is different from the other one. So I'm going to use the white one. Because there's no gold flowers, but there's white flowers with the gold center. So we can do the gold flower with the white center. And then for this one, we need a gold center. And we don't have the pearlized ones, but we have these ones, the flower accents in gold. So I think those are nice enough. So they're like all within the color palette that we've been using from the paper, drawing the inspiration from the paper directly. And then for the inside, we put just another regular flower. We can do a hydrangea hue. Of course, we have to put the paper first. 4 by 5 1/4. If you're watching this video on replay and I haven't said one of the measurements, please ask me in the comments and I'll be happy to give you the measurements if I'm going too fast sometimes and if I miss something. And as always, please comment on which card is your favorite. I love to hear that. White leaf. Oh, I wanted to leave. It's moving too much. All right, that's good enough. And the center. And that's why I'm running out of embellishments, because now I'm even putting embellishments in the inside of the card, which I never used to do. But these flowers are not finished, I don't think, unless you put the little center. All right, so that's it. That's all I have for you today. I hope you like them. Right, the blue with the gold embossing is nice, yes. It looks very, very elegant. So let me do the recap. For those of you who were late, this was the... Oh, look what I did. I destroyed it by putting it there. I jammed it in there. Oh my God. Okay, let me flatten this a little bit. It got caught in my ink pad holder. So this is the flip card, which I think is a lot of fun. And then we have, I have made this other one yesterday while I was watching the rest of our team meeting, because our team leader, Linda, had shown a similar card that she had done, that design, but I used this paper. Very simple, but nice, right? And what is the other one? There's another one. Oh, yes, of course. That's this one. So these are the 4 cards of the day. This was like I went from pink to hydrangea hue and green to gold. Anyway, I hope you like them. Thank you. I'm glad that you like them all. Thank you for joining. Thank you for putting up with me through my technical issues. And I'm glad that we could finish the video. Thank you, Kay. Dark blue is called hydrangea hue, and it's a new ink color. So, yeah, we're all very excited to have it. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. And I'll see you next week. Have a lovely week. Bye.